Okay, purpose of triple BEE. Pretty controversial one in modern day South Africa. But it comes from a good place. But I guess you can also debate me on that one. And feel free to. Like let's blow it up in the comments. Why not? So, look, it enables wealth to be spread more broadly across all population groups. So, where triple BEE stems from is the discrimination of individuals under the apartheid regime. And what they want to do here is redress said past discrimination so that disadvantaged individuals have better employment opportunities and they can almost make up for those years of oppression. So, that's what most of these acts are trying to do. But it doesn't really tend to all those racial groups that suffered under the apartheid regime. And yeah, that's why it can be deemed controversial. So it is quite difficult for individuals that do not form part of, specific racial groups to get jobs. Okay, and that's a big talking point now in South Africa, if you didn't know. So yeah, I guess the purpose of it was good, the intention was good, but there's also a question like, when does it end? When does affirmative action end? Huge question in modern day South Africa. And yeah, as you can see, it's making some bigger headlines. So just related but a bit unrelated, what Trump and Musk have pushed on South Africa now because of our Land Expropriation Act. And yeah, Afrikaans individuals now feeling marginalized, discriminated against, hosting rallies, thanking Trump outside the US Embassy in Pretoria. So yeah, very, very polarizing situation. What do you guys think about it in the comments? Yeah, I won't give my opinion. I don't want to sway anyone. Also, don't want to get cancelled for saying the wrong thing and offending the wrong person. I know you guys like to take offense to everything these days, Gen Zs. I'm joking. Relax. I'm not trying to offend you. So look, it outlines the areas that would give the government a platform to bring equitable spread of wealth, because South Africa, it's literally the most unequal country in the world. We've got the highest Gini coefficient, an economic indicator that measures wealth inequality, and it allows for the development of codes of good practice so that everyone can have a fighting chance at making it out of difficult situations. It also aims at targeting inequality in the South African tongue twister. It aims at targeting inequality in the South African economy. So yeah, just making sure that wealth is spread a bit better, because in South Africa, these levels of inequality exist everywhere, because for every major area in this country that is just full of money, wealthy areas like the richest square mile in Africa, there is a township very close by, because well, who is the workforce of these areas? So for example, Santon and Alexandra, Stellenbosch and Kayamandi, Belito and Shaka's Kraal. It exists across the country. Cape Town though, well, look, Cape Town is a pretty small-ish kind of place. So there are multiple townships there that service the wealthier areas, people coming from Guguletu, Langa, Nyanga, that are the workforce. In, the V&A waterfront, in Sea Point, behind the mountain where you find all those fancy posh houses for like 8 figures, Camps Bay, Landudno. So yeah, unfortunately, that is the effect of the apartheid regime, and we're still bearing the brunts today. But when will affirmative action stop? And why aren't all racial groups benefiting from this? The other non-white racial groups, colored individuals, Indian individuals, mixed. Why aren't there acts for them? And well, the response is black individuals were treated perhaps the worst under the apartheid regime. Not perhaps, it is true. But it depends. It depends on the situation. I mean, even in Robben Island, non-black prisoners still had preferential treatment. So yeah, it's very, very polarizing. I try to be as objective as possible. Don't come for me in the comments. I'm just trying to advocate for, let us live and strive for freedom. Mandela Vision, Kolisi and Rachel. Yeah, but like, I'm 100% South African. Don't come for me now. I just told you the things. You know what I mean? Okay, free South Africa. I'm just trying to live peacefully. Look, I have a dream. You know what my dream is? I want to walk in Durban city center without feeling like, oh, someone's going to mug me. And I want to walk in Joburg as well, like just chill, but like I don't want to feel like, oh, these guys are going to rob me or anything like that. You know what? And I want to stop seeing, like, there's all these pages on Instagram and it centers on femicide. Like, oh, this girl, she was murdered and assaulted in her dorm room. Or this girl in a village, she was mutilated. Or this girl, her throat was SLIT. You know what I mean? There are all these pages on Instagram now because femicide is so high in this country. Like, I want to see a South Africa like that, man, where we can just live peacefully, we can just chill out, we can simply be. Because look, I don't want to get too like nationalistic because that's a very dangerous concept. But look, man, we have the best people in the world. 99% of South Africans are good, but that 1%, yo, bruh.